Good morning, everybody. The clock is just a second, 11:45, but I have been up since 10. I was just about to go out and paint when someone called me about an app we got going on here in Denmark, where it's about you can help people shop and then you get paid for it. And then she called me and I told him that I have never used that app because I'm never in Skive when it's activating. And then she said, well, then you just have to see what happened. And the moment we was finished talking, her order came in on my phone. So now I'm gonna go to Skive and take her shopping and test out what in the world that's gonna happen. So let's go on a shopping adventure. Yeah, and my entire apartment are still a mess. So guys, I am home, and doing that shopping is kind of difficult, to put it right. It's so complicated to use that app that I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do it again. That's as simple as it is. But what the heck, is over and I tried it now. But this closet is gonna be moved tomorrow because I just talked to my father. He will come up and help me. And right now the clock is almost 1. And that's my first food of the day. Yes, a frozen pizza. Oh, stay there. A frozen pizza. So that's what I got to eat for now. I haven't gotten anything else. And that's kind of it. I didn't even manage to get to paint before that notification about the shopping came in. So, well, I'm gonna eat. And then I'm going to paint. So guys, the clock is 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I started 2. So that's 3 hours with a 15 minutes break to paint all the main walls out there. And it had only been getting once. And it's not gonna get any more. Because I know when you paint walls, it needs to get 2 times. At least with that paint I'm having here. I can paint anywhere, everywhere, even in my hair. But when we were painting these walls, my father told me that the roller and the pencils, if oops, come on, if you just put it in a bag, shut it tight, and then put it away, it'll be fine the next time we need to paint. And the big roller I have with the telescope handle do not fit down in that little paint box I have, or bucket. So it was a hell to try to paint those walls that is on an edge, no, on an angle, and it was a hell, let's just say that. And because I couldn't get enough paint on, and the paint got on in clumps, so half of it was falling off down to the stairs, which I have covered off, but there was more paint on the cover up than the actually wall. But I managed to paint that. Then I went to the basement and got the old roller. Yeah. First I got the wrong roller, then I have to go down again. Then I went up with the right roller. That's half dry, which means it sits in lumps. Which means the roller is going like that. Now, whenever it hits a lump on a flat surface, the paint will do like this. Which means every single time I do this, there's no paint. Yeah. So I needed to really work that thing before I even put paint on it. And then it still wasn't up because the edge was so clumped together that it couldn't roll properly. So I had to squeeze that out and get it to roll just about enough to work with it. So that's why it took that long time, and I'm not gonna give it a second turn out there. It's gonna be this one cover and that's it, and it had even been extra thick paint. That do not always work, but sometimes it does. I have a point here in the apartment, here in my bedroom. The wall, that wall in the corner has such a white stripe where the paint was getting on extra thick, and you can totally see the difference because that's covered much better than the other places beside it is. So I know it works, but because those rulers was so unstable, it won't look good, but it will be enough to satisfy me because it's at least more white than it's yellow now. As you saw on the pictures from yesterday, you can definitely see the difference in the color, and that will work for me. So I'm done, and I'm exhausted because my legs do not like to stand on one step here and one step here, and then I'm over burdened the lower leg, which is the one I got that knee problem with, skiing damage with, or whatever you would call it. The one I with the injury I tore into pieces, or whatever you would call it. You know, if you follow my blog, you know that I fall, and the injury I have in that knee, it was being restretched. So it took some time before that, and I just overdid it again. Not that I fall or anything, but my leg was like this, and that's not a good sign for me. Not at all. So I am gonna be on YouTube for a while, and then I was actually thinking, after I've been on YouTube, then I'll be cleaning out the brushes, because I need to do that in the sink here. And then I was actually thinking about starting on my book, because I haven't been writing on the book in a month or half month, 1.5 months perhaps. So I have some ideas in my head I have been putting down in the book, but nothing more than that. So I should really be trying to write that, because the plan was that I was supposed to write a half hour each day on the book, and I haven't been doing it. Of course, there has been markets, there has been work problems, there has been looking for work. So just haven't been there. But that's the good thing, I don't have a deadline, so I can write on the next 6 years if that's what I want. But I do need to write in the book in the order to get something done, or I'll just start writing another one, and that's not the point here. I'm supposed to do one finish first, and not make another never-ending story like the very first book I ever started writing on, which I never finished. Still got paint. So let me catch a break. I'm really angry of you boys. Remember I just fixed the window 3 days ago or something like that? Well, they already destroyed it again. There and here. Damn it. little longer than I expected. The big roll, the new roll, I meant to clean that up totally. So that's what I'm glad for. That's one, which is the one that has that lump on here on the back side. Let's see it. I can't fix it for some reason. I had tried over and over again. Look at the bottom. Still coming paint out. What I'm doing here is actually cleaning out the paint that is around the roll and what's there's inside the roll at the same time. Now the water is clean. Now I just need to let it sit a little bit and see if we'll do it again. But the problem is I can't get it off. So I need to figure that out. Then I cleaned out the bucket. And yes, it is clean even though there's paint on the edge. That was that when I started. But the clock is 7:45. It took so long time to clean that out. So what I'm gonna do, say goodnight. Because that's not gonna happen more, and it's actually starting to get cold here because I shut off all the heat in the house yesterday. And it's still a little bit snappy outside with the, or nippy or whatever you call it, with the cold outside, so it's not gonna get turned on again. But good night guys, and see you tomorrow.